Welcome to Fastang444. This is the second level 1 challenge during my Fastang444's 18th stream. And I wasn't sure if everyone wanted to do another level 1 challenge, so I posted a poll. And it was pretty overwhelming. 90% of those that replied wanted to do another level 1 challenge, so I aim to please. Same guidelines, I went over them briefly, and I think the most important element is only if you've never won in a level 1 challenge in any capacity can you win during Fastang444 stream. So slowly, we're getting through everyone to be first-time winners, and when I see the direction that we need to go, I realize I need to open up the map. I think this is going to be in the Baja, this final arena, and when I open up the map, that confirms that, which winds up being perfect. So at this point, I'm instructing the group that we will follow this road just inside of the next arena, that this will be a final arena 17 in the northwest in the Baja. And at this point I start leading the group to the next safe location just inside of the next arena. And along the way, there is a vehicle over here on the mini-map, which winds up being a defender and the winner of the last head-to-head challenge. Hatter 12 is going to be a defender this game. And thank you again for all of those that volunteered to be a defender during this second level 1 challenge. Critical element in this being successful. So there we go. We're trying to get just inside of the next arena here. We don't have far to go, just around the next turn. Sporty 10 seems to be excited, wants to be up front. At this point, someone from outside of my stream in a Chola comes right towards us. They go off to the left there, and Hatter challenged them. And I'm mentioning I'm not sure what they were doing, and it winds up being Hatter eliminates them. I don't know if they were just conceding the loss, they were stuck in the trees in the Chola, or what they were doing. And I was so distracted by them that I was actually giving them too much attention. They keep going out of bounds and resetting on the road. It was very distracting. But Hatter in the chat during my stream mentioned that he eliminated them and took their Chola. I'm actually very confident that if most of the level 1s can survive and make this final showdown in this game, that we will successfully influence the finish north of the mountain. I've done that numerous times in regular gameplay by myself. Since we're so close to the arena wall, I'm starting early to go inside of where the next arena will be. So we don't have anyone with any time off of their timeout bar. And unfortunately, Hatter wound up engaging in a head-to-head and was eliminated. But I still call that successful. He eliminated that Chola that was coming towards the group. And thanks again to everyone that volunteered to be a defender during this game. As I mentioned, that's a critical element in making this a success. And at this point, I open up the map and I explain that there are switchbacks ahead. In the final showdown, we will cut across those switchbacks and get back over on this road. And approximately around here is where we will group up and exit for the final showdown and then follow this road cutting across these switchbacks. I also mentioned to them that the finish point will be close to where we started the game, not that far east, where we started the level 1 challenge around the Festival Gate Crash location. I open up the map one final time here and plotting a course where to lead the group. I know not to go where we will leave for the final showdown. That is actually very close to where head-to-head's complete, and that would lead the group into harm's way. So I am going to go off to the left over this way. I'm familiar with this area of the map. There is a gap that actually originates around the telescope up Volcano Mountain and goes northwest down the side of the mountain towards Horizon Baja. And we are kind of behind these rocks here on the perimeter. No one would engage in a head-to-head and come over here, so this should be a safe location for us to stay until we have to advance into the next arena. Now it's time to get inside of the next arena, and this is where it gets risky because there are 18 drivers left. The final showdown will not happen until there are 12 or fewer than 12 drivers left. And I decide to head over towards the festival site, Horizon Baja Festival site, and make a mistake of leading everyone right into that ridge. Look at them tumbling. I apologized, and at this point I recognize this dirt road is another cliff that we can jump off of safely down into Horizon Baja. And just park over here on the perimeter and hope no one comes over here and finds us. I'm hoping everyone hurries up and gets here and parks and we all go invisible on the mini-map. And hopefully the glitch during the game isn't taking place right now. Let's not get into the comments going down that rabbit hole, please. Let's focus on this epic level 1 challenge here, please. So I'm mentioning this is where we will go and exit for the final showdown. There are 16 drivers left. Everyone's opening up the map after I showed them that location. And thanks again to all of those that volunteered to be a defender during this level 1 challenge. That, as I have mentioned numerous times, is a critical element in helping us succeed. And someone from outside of my stream just won a head-to-head and gets into a Brocky there. Remember them. And there's a vehicle off on the right. I'm not sure if that is someone from my stream or not. I was concerned they were going to come over and challenge us. I was hoping they wouldn't, but they are lurking around. And Sgh77, who's a defender in this game and a very skilled player. So we're down to 14 drivers left. That vehicle off on the right is still lurking around. They wind up going away. And at this point, I'm not sure how many of the defenders have survived. I really rarely watch that part of the screen. I should try and watch it a little more during my streams so I can mention that. I do try at times where I am at a point where I don't run into something, or in this case, jeopardize the group in this level 1 challenge. So we're just here waiting. I see this vehicle coming over towards us and I am concerned, but then it winds up being one of our defenders, Mike Mechanic, that is coming over to join us. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate you being a defender. I will slow this next part down. So Sgh77 gets eliminated, and he told us in the chat of my stream that he pushed the player that beat him outside of the arena. So now we are down to 12 drivers left. Thank you. What a heroic move. So off we go. Let's get over to the northeast portion of the final arena on that road. Looks like this is going to be close, if not late on our exit, but with the number of drivers in this area, it should influence the finish, and it does. Success. Here we go. This is great. And I imagine the other drivers are scrambling. I've mentioned that during my stream. I've been in final showdowns in the Baja where I was in a faster vehicle going the common direction southeast, and then all of a sudden I am scrambling trying to get over to the north side of the mountain. Here's the switchbacks that we will cut across, and there are some rocks that you have to watch out for through here. I'm roughly going through around the middle of these switchbacks and then angling over towards the road. And that's my friend Mike Mechanic, who is in the level 7 Jeep Trailcat that is going to go near the finish for a nice vantage point. Kilogram just in front of me. And this wound up being just an epic level 1 challenge, actually back to back. Header 12 winning the first one, and here we are going back almost to the exact point that we started this level 1 challenge from the Baja. And watch this here. This is great. This is priceless. Here's Mike Mechanic off on the right for his vantage point. Kilogram goes off on the left for his vantage point. I come over here for a perfect view of the finish next to Mike. Sporty 10 goes off on the side. Tenetcombe goes off on the side, and I'll slow this down. Ganymede crosses the finish right in front of that Brocky that was trying to win the game that comes in. And Ganymede said that they wound up hitting something, but the Brocky hit something as well. Congratulations, Ganymede, on your first ever level 1 challenge victory. Thanks for watching. I trust you enjoyed this video without a doubt. Subscribe, please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers.